All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Chaplin. Wanted to give you an overview of how to get the personality types, outline, and essay completed from start to finish. This video will be very detailed and give you some additional tips and resources. So make sure that you pause it along the way if you feel stuck and you feel like you just need to work some things out before you move forward. So first and foremost, you want to be logged into your section. For this example, I'm in section A1. When you get to the A1 page for Google Classroom, you're going to have to go over to classwork and not the stream page. Stream page has some information, but it's just all in one continuous stream. Whereas if you go to classwork, you'll see everything chunked out. So the very first thing I'm going to do when I get to classwork is I'm going to scroll down to the section of the project that we're working on right now, which is CRP Part A, Personality Types. All right. The next thing that you're going to do, if you're working on the actual outline, first off, you're going to click on it. Then what you may not see when you click on it, and I can't click right now because this is the teacher's view, is you'll have to click on View Assignment to see both the outline and the exemplar outline. So the outline is blank, and that's what you would type into. The exemplar outline is what I have for you to reference as you're completing your outline. The second step, and I will say this before I move forward with the outline was created for you to type it for full credit. The second part, or the second part of the actual project, CRP Part A, Personality Types, is the actual essay itself. So if you click on the button for the essay, you will see, and once again, it's coming up automatically for me, but you might want to click View Assignment to see both. You're going to see the actual blank document, which your essay will go into, and then you will see CRP Part A, Teacher Exemplar. Okay, so this is my essay. All right. So I'll walk you through the outline, and then I'll go a little bit more in depth with the essay. So we'll go back to the outline. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to open up the teacher exemplar, and then I'm also going to open up the outline. So I'm actually going to open it up in a different tab, so I can have a separate tab for each one. So I'll put that in one tab, and I'll put this in another. Okay. So now when I go to the top of my page, this is the outline with the teacher exemplar. And I can literally, you can go through here and see how I format it. Now, I'm not concerned as much with whether or not you space things out exactly as I write it, but my format tells you, okay, if I say what is the code, you can see here what the code is, ENFJ. And then I say what does each letter represent. I can put the actual, what the letter represents, and then the definition of that. You want to stand clear from just typing this word into Google for a definition. What you'll want to do is use another site that I like to use. You can either use 16personalities.com or you can use a site called Human Metrics. So if you use 16personalities.com, you'll come here. You don't want to take the test again if you've already taken the test. If you haven't yet and you don't know what your code is, you don't know what the title is, of course you can take the test. But if you click on personality types and you look for your code, so I just said this one was an ENFJ, so I don't see it down here. That's INTP, ENTP. I'm going to scroll down a bit further, and now I see it here, ENFJ. This is the protagonist. So I can click on this, and I can get some additional information about the ENFJ personality type, the protagonist. I can scroll through here and get some basic general information, like their leaders, et cetera, et cetera. And this is good information that you'll want. But what I don't see yet, if I look back at my outline, I don't see what each of the letters represent, and I don't have a clear definition of what each of the letters represent yet. So I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go to this page, and I'm going to say, okay, I need to figure out what exactly does ENFJ mean. So I could go to Google, and I could just type in personality types. And I could put what does each letter represent, right? And then one of the sites that I was getting ready to give to you is right at the top, which is human metrics. So you'll see on this other slide, I've already typed in human metrics personality types. And then you can go in here. Let's see what else Google gave for us though. It says descriptions of the 8 letters. So let's click on this one, this second link. That's essentially what we want. And boom, what do we have here? When you scroll down, we have some nice clear descriptions of what each letter represents. So if you look at my outline, I just basically put a simple little blurb, not even a real sentence next to which each one represented, my own words. So if you look here at this site, you'll see for extrovert, it gives us a lot of information. For introvert, it gives us a lot of information. You're just going to take some of that info and plop it into your outline. The second step says, what title do they give you and do you agree with the title? So once again, we can go back to the 16 personalities website. What title did they give me? They gave me the title of the protagonist, right? So here is where you're going to read everything that you need to read about the protagonist, right? And if you look on the side, it's here how you can explore this type. You can look and see, what does the protagonist do when it comes to their strengths and weaknesses, their romantic relationships, parenthood, career paths, etc. So that's where you can get a lot of generic information, okay? You can also, and then you're going to write, like, you're just going to write what the title is, and then you're going to say whether or not you agree with that title. And you need to give rationale. You need to say, why do you agree or why do you not agree? So you see here, I've said that what the protagonist is, and then I put that I agree with that title that was given to me, right? So I gave information as to why. And then it says down here, do you agree with the results of the assessment? Here's where you're going to go into more in depth. It says what the code was, like think about who you are, talk about who you are, and then put that information into whether or not you agree or disagree with the results of your assessment. That will essentially build out what is going to be paragraph 1. So in the outline, it's just listed as questions, but these questions will help you build out paragraph 1. You'll see that later. Second section is the strengths and weaknesses associated with the personality types. Do you agree or disagree? This information is taken directly from the 16 personalities website. So if you go back here, you click on strengths and weaknesses, you scroll through the list, and you can see right here the strengths and the weaknesses that were listed. So first it starts with the strengths, and then it gives the weaknesses. You're taking that information, little bits and pieces of it, after you read through it, and you're plopping it right in here, okay? If you have any additional like strong areas of agreement or disagreement, you can bring that in here as well. But this is where you're essentially going to put the strengths and the weaknesses. So for example, after I just put down what the strengths and weaknesses are, if I agreed with tolerant, reliable, and charismatic, I could put those under the strong areas of agreement and say why. And then if I didn't agree with altruistic and natural leaders, and that was areas of disagreement, I could put that under there and explain why. These things are just going to help you build out your essay more, okay? The third step, what types of careers are suggested for your personality type? Then I put here, do a Google search for more results and information. So if we go back to the main website, once again, which is 16personalities.com, we're still on the ENFJ, excuse me. We scroll down to career paths, and we can read through here. It'll talk about some of the careers for ENFJs. Okay? Not really a lot of information. So you could go to Google and say career types for ENFJs, right? I could literally, I'm going to show you right now. Careers for ENFJ personality, okay? And there's a ton of different things that are going to come up that I can click on and get more information about the types of careers that might be recommended to ENFJs, okay? One site that I really like is Truity.com. And once again, if you need to pause and go to these sites, please do. But Truity.com has a lot of different information for you based off of personality types. So I'm going to once again find my code. Where's ENFJ? Here I go. And then I'll click on careers. And then as I scroll down, I can see different careers for ENFJ, and I can click on each one to get more information. That's pretty much it. You're going to take a few of those. I think I listed 3 here, and you're going to put that information into right here, the outline for paragraph 3. The last one is the easiest, and that's basically when you go to youtube.com and you type in your personality code. Okay, so you go to youtube.com, type in your code ENFJ personality, and you start to see it pop up. All these different videos will come up for the ENFJ. Okay, so here's one in 5 minutes. Here's one 2 minutes. Like, there's a bunch of different ones that you can check out. But the ultimate goal is for you to listen to it, jot down some quick notes, and you see I'll put in here a paragraph style of like some additional information, something new about my code that I learned from the video, okay? And then once again, does the description from the video accurately fit you? There's no one size fits all personality type. So you're going to agree with some things, you're going to disagree. And that's what we want to hear in the outline. That's essentially what we want to see in the paper. So once you do all that, you're plopping in all of that information into the blank document. You cannot edit my exemplar. My exemplar is view only. You'll put all of this information into the blank document. And then from this step, now you are ready to work on your essay. So you can keep those other windows open, okay, because you might want to reference them, but we go back to the main page. I highly, highly, highly recommend going into the essay, opening up my exemplar, reading the exemplar first. Like, how did I actually build out the essay? How did I take this information from my basic research and build out the essay about my personality type? And each paragraph is built upon, if you look at it, what I listed in my exemplar outline. Like, I just kind of had a conversation on paper, so to speak, about what I wrote. What was the code? What do the letters represent? If you look here, you'll see me break down what each letter represents and whether or not I agree or disagree. If you look at paragraph 2 from my exemplar, when I talk about the title, okay, I'm sorry, not paragraph 2, but I talk about the title in paragraph 1 as well and whether or not I agree with everything. Then I go to paragraph 2, strengths and weaknesses. That's essentially what you see here. Paragraph 3, once again, I'm just breaking this all down for you. Types of careers, that's essentially what you see here. And then, let me see, 1, 2, 3, and then paragraph 4, sorry, career paths. And additional information, that's what you see here, paragraph 4. So that's just an example, right? You can choose to read it and use it as an example, as a guide, or not to. But what you're going to do is, once again, you can't type into my exemplar. You have to actually open up the blank document for yourself, and this is where you would type your actual essay. All right? And once you're done, you see a button up here that says turn in. Please make sure you put your name on it, because when I print them out, I'm going to actually post them, some of the good ones on the board. And if you need help, as always, you can come to me during office hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will be working on a new section of the project next week. Go back, review this video as often as you need to, but make sure that you get it done.